Turtle brownies. Fudgy, rich brownies topped with pecans, caramel, loaded with chocolate chips, more pecans, and more caramel. Welcome to Disney Dishes. I'm making every popular food from Walt Disney World, and today we're in Epcot at the Land Pavilion at Sunshine Seasons making turtle brownie. Now, this is not in one of the countries and World Showcase, so if you're familiar with Epcot, this is in the front of the park to, I want to say, the left, over where like Nemo and all that stuff is that nobody ever goes to. This is a restaurant over there where you can get a turtle brownie, and this was on the list of popular foods. A lot of blogs mentioned this, and I've never had it at Epcot, but it's a turtle brownie, it's a classic, so why not include it? The recipe's in the description if you'd like to make this at home, and trust me, you're gonna want to, so let's make it.
Since these are turtle brownies, we do need pecans. If you don't like pecans, then turtle brownies just aren't for you. But you can always leave them out and just make good chocolate caramel brownies instead. But we're gonna chop up our pecans, toast them beforehand to really bring out the flavor, and do a nice rough chop. Now for the dry ingredients, we've got flour, cocoa, powdered sugar, granulated sugar, and salt. That's gonna get whisked together in a bowl, and then we're gonna add in our wet ingredients. So that consists of vegetable oil, we've got some beaten eggs and vanilla, and some water mixed with espresso, which is just gonna bring out the chocolate flavor. You do not taste the coffee at all. So if you don't like coffee, don't worry, you do not taste it. But if you really have something against it for some reason, just use water. I'm gonna fold that together. It's a really nice fudgy batter. We're gonna add half the pecans. The rest are gonna go on top. We're also going to add in chocolate chips and fold those together and get our beautiful brownie batter. This is going to go in a greased 8 by 8 inch dish. I lined it with parchment just so I could turn out the entire pan of brownies and cut them on the board. You don't have to line it with parchment, just make sure it's greased really well so they don't stick after they're baked. But pour all of your gorgeous brownie batter in there, smooth it out with a little frosting spatula, that's what I like to do, and then we're going to drizzle caramel on top. You can use a good store-bought or make your own, totally your call. Just make sure you douse the top in the caramel and then use the spatula or a spoon or knife, whatever you have around, to swirl it into the batter, but don't totally mix it in. You want swirls of it. The rest of the pecans are gonna go on top, so we're gonna evenly sprinkle those around along with more chocolate chips. Since these are so rich, use dark chocolate chips. Semi-sweet are okay, but milk is just gonna be overkill here. But again, if you want sweeter brownies, then use whatever chocolate chips you like. I just find dark chocolate works best for these. These are going to bake for about 40 to 45 minutes until set, and after they've sit for about 10 minutes, we're going to drizzle with more caramel and cut into squares, and they are absolutely delicious, super rich.
You can see it's not a lot of work. It's a really basic fudgy brownie, and just adding caramel, pecans, and chocolate chips elevates this to something totally different and exciting. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of turtle brownies because they are often so overly sweet, but of course for the series, we had to make them. It's just so sweet, oh my God. I think a little flaky salt goes a long way here. Put some on the rest as well. Is it good? Yes. It's very rich, very decadent, gooey fudgy brownie, perfect. I will add chocolate chips to my brownies normally, but with the caramel added in, that's a whole other level of sweetness that just makes these very, very sweet. So of course, this is appealing to a certain audience. If you like very sweet, decadent things, absolutely this is for you. I just think it's a bit overly sweet for me. The sea salt helps. It adds a lot, so I would recommend adding sea salt to this. Once again, recipe is down in the description. If you want to try making these at home, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me for the rest of the Disney Dishes series. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave me some comments down below if there are any Disney foods you want to see me make. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.